Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Pre-Market Report sponsored by taxbuddy.com. First, let us talk about the US market. Yesterday, the US markets were down by more than 1%. But what happens in US market? So one company comes and gives some bad news. Last week the FedEx came with some bad news. Then immediately the entire markets fell because they thought, if FedEx is not good, the transport not good, then it is economy is not good. And yesterday, what happened? The Ford came with some news. The supply chain issues are still there. So because of that, we have to spend about additional $1 billion. Then the Ford has fallen 12%. But not only that, it brought the entire markets down. And because they say if supply chain is not improving, then the same supply chain problem will be there for every industry. So it's not good for any industry. So it's not good for the economy. So US markets is so vulnerable, so fragile, because already, the yield is rising. So I think the 10-year bond yield is coming closer to 4%. So last time it came only in 2007. So on one side, the expectation of Fed interest rate hike, and on the other side, so this kind of bad news from companies. But then today is the D day. So today the policy meeting, US Fed policy, Indian time 11:30 p.m. So the policy rate will be announced. I think the policy rate is more or less confirmed. 81% chances are there. They will hike 75 basis point. There is about 19% chance. So the Fed may even go for 100 basis point. But if 100 basis point they go, then definitely the market will fall more significantly. Markets will break down. But however, 0.75 basis point, uh, I would say it has already been factored in. So in that case, you can expect some, if the markets are down before the policy, the markets can recover. But that will be between 11:30 to 12. And 12 midnight, the Fed chairman will start speaking. So today, in fact, in US Fed, the interest rate is not important. That is more or less factored in the prices. And you see from the Jackson's Hole meet, Nasdaq has fallen 2,000 point. So from Jackson's Hole meeting that happened on Saturday, the Monday markets fell. So from that Monday to yesterday, it's about 2 weeks time. So in these 2 weeks, Nasdaq 100 has fallen 2,000 point, which is about 15%. That means every day 1%. So this kind of some news has already been factored in. But at 12 p.m., so what is going to talk? Is going to talk hawkishly or dovishly? And looking at the way things are moving, I will not be surprised. So if he talks dovishly, okay, only one reason why. Because like he has chosen to speak hawkishly and markets are overreacted, so markets have fallen so much. Falling stock market is not good for anybody. So anyway, the people say there is some midterm elections are coming in US, so this and that. So therefore, uh, because the markets overreacted on the downside, so he may choose to speak dovishly this time. So that is a distinct possibility. So in case if he speaks uh, dovishly, the markets can shoot up all over the world. So, in fact, during the crisis times, I have observed most of the time Indian markets are always right. And, I would say Indian markets actually preempt. So you see, yesterday the entire global markets were either negative or flat, but we went up so significantly. Even right now, SGX Nifty indicating about 100 point gap down, but it may open 100 point gap down. But by looking at the open interest and other things, so I would say I will not be surprised if Nifty closes flat or even positive by end of today. Uh, Going back to US markets, okay, the first thing is that is it all negative? Not really. For the last 3 days, what I've been observing, though people are left, right, and center, they are selling. Uh, in the last 1 hour or 2 hour, the markets have been recovering. Dow recovered nearly 300 points yesterday in the late afternoon, a day before yesterday also, the previous day also. For all 3 days, Dow has actually recovered. Yesterday, for the first time, I have seen Nasdaq outperforming. So yesterday fall was not, I mean, like mainly because of Ford. So old economy stocks, the new economy stocks did not fall much. So one good thing is that every day US markets are recovering in the second half. And second good thing is that yesterday Nasdaq has outperformed Dow. And third good thing is that, you know, for the last two trading sessions, Nasdaq is actually seeing higher lows. That means the previous day's low is not breaking. So all this, some positives. So in case today, if Fed chairman choose to speak dovishly, there may be a huge short covering rally. So we do not know what is going to happen, and in fact, I would say U.S. Fed chairman so far have always spoken in favor of the market, except one time, that is the last time in the Jackson Hole meet. He was very, very hawkish. So, therefore, today there is going to be a lot of action, and tomorrow also there is going to be a lot of action. If that happens, tomorrow we are going to make a significant move here also, and tomorrow is Thursday, so I would suggest you to buy some options. So, in fact, that's what I have done it in US markets. So I bought both call option and put option, and at a far away distance, like trading, uh, 20 cent, 50 cent, like that, okay, in good quantity. So if you lose, there's nothing to lose much, like small money. But in case if markets move violently on either side, so there can be a significant profit. So the same thing, that's what I'm planning today. So at the end of the day, when the time decay has happened completely, I'm planning to buy 200 or 300 point up and down. So I'm planning to buy both calls and puts. So this is the first time I'm planning to buy a large number of options just ahead of the uh, expiry day. So right now US futures are very, very flat, and SGX Nifty indicating about 100 point gap down, and most of the Asian markets are down. But our markets, they are usually very, very resilient. And yesterday also, in the post-market report, I said, FIA could be like domestic institutions should have booked profit heavily, but that did not happen. So yesterday, surprisingly, both FIAs and DIAs were net buyers. So when both FIAs and DIAs are net buyers, okay, so I think this sometimes, just ahead of a very big event, the people will buy heavily because, people who want to trade in futures and options, they don't want to go long considering the Fed event. So the people will be afraid. So these are the time, people with a large capital, they can buy the shares at the desired price. So that possibility is there. So let us see. So today I'm guessing two things. So let me see whether both the guesses coming right. One guess is that today, though market may open lower, may trade lower, but towards the end of the day there will be some buying. So market should close around flat or slightly positive. That's one guess. Second guess is that today the US Fed chairman may speak dovishly just because last time his hawkish comment has made so much of damage to the stock market and the economy. So if that happens, US markets will see a good amount of short covering today, and then we will open higher tomorrow. So let us see whether these two guesses become correct today. So that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed listening to this audio. Thank you for listening.